Hello and welcome to Privars Fiskeflur. Today I'm gonna tie a little special for you. It's a old deer hair Caddis fly. This is an invention of mine, not special of mine, but I made a Caddis of old deer hair because deer hair contains a lot of air and it will float very good. So I will explain to you in detail how I make this fly and what materials I've been using in it. It's very few materials and I think almost all of us can afford to tie this fly. So well, follow on with the description of this fly, okay? Well, I want to talk a little about the materials used in this fly. First of all, I'm gonna start with the hook. The hook is partridge of Redditch, grub shrimp size 10. And I use some tan thread for this. For this special fly, I use some tan thread from Semperfly, but you can use every kind of tan thread or maybe brown thread if you have. Okay? And the underwing on this fly is some flash from Fly Tanch Dungeon. Use the flash you have. I like a pearl type, okay? And I use some medium bug legs tan from Fly Tanch Dungeon. It looks like this. It's incredibly strong. Incredibly. You cannot break this unless you really try it, okay? And for the thorax on this fly, I use some dubbing free of choice. It's a tan dubbing, okay. Alright, and I use some deer hair. This is the one I got myself. It's not my shooting, but I got it from a local hunter. It's shot in the winter time, near Christmas. Then the fur is most dense and has the most air in it. Okay, yes, and I also use some okay, this there is to make the back body, the extended body, okay. And to reinforce this back body, this extended body, I use this kind of glue. Liquid Fusion is the name, and it's very nice to use. It's toxic free almost. I can also use it because I'm allergic to UV resin. Sorry of that. I was a pro member of Solaris earlier, but well, I may be overexposed to that. And I use some clear lacquer just to reinforce the whip finish knot. Okay, I think I've been talking a lot about, yes, and also the wing is also, sorry, it's also deer hair. I have to snug to the camera every time I make a video. Well, let's go on to the video then, and I'll show you how to tie this fly. Well, I start off by putting a needle in the regal vise. Make sure it's about right, like this. Well, now I start with attaching the thread to my needle. This is a tan thread. I had line and brown, like this. Now I'm gonna make the body. The back body. I use some deer hair. Take out some hairs, snip it off. I use my fingers to just divide it and take out the fluff, like this. Now find a hair stacker, put it points down into this, make some serious knockings on the pedestal, and make sure I have it right there. Put this aside. Now I'm gonna tie this inside, well, the points inwards, tie in by the points, and around a couple of wraps like this, and make the thread go like this. And now I take my, well, I should have take my, well, there you have it. It's a little tool, just divide it a little bit, and I use my, just point it backwards like this and make a little segment. You see now there is a hair I have not been able to catch. I try again. 3 wrappings and divide the bunch over here like this. Try to point it backwards again like that. Some wrappings around the needle, and repeat the procedure and take all the hairs forward again like this. 3 wrappings around the hair, repeat it. Try to catch all the hairs with your fingers. Have to be a little cautious not to cut off too many hairs. 3 rounds around the needle again like this, and try to just catch all the hairs again. Some hairs will you miss, but well, as you see now we have 3 segments. I think that's about right. Just finish the fly now and make some whip finish by hand or by a whip finish tool, but you can also take, of course, a whip finish tool like this. Now you have made a body. You can cut off this piece here, and to release this you take the one you put in your material clip in the point finger and thumb, and just pull it off and drag on this to tighten up the thread inside this bundle. And as you see now, nice little caddis body. Some loose hairs you can cut off. Be sure not to cut off all these nice hairs. You can also take and cut off most of this. You see you have a little brush left. And now I take my, I'm gonna reinforce this a little bit, this here, because this knot's very solid. But now I'm gonna take this needle out of this vise, and I find some hooks. That is this kind of hook, this grub shrimp size 10. That's adequate for this fly. And put off, take out one hook, place it in my vise. It's my regal vise. And now I take my thread again, attach it. Not go so very far down, but now I take my back body and measure out how long back I want it to stick. It's just about that. And I have to cut up some more of this fluff here and make a wrap around the bundle like this, and attach this body to my hook. See now, and use your scissors to just cut off some of this fluff. Try not to cut off the tying thread. And now this is a little trick I have. This is a glue called Liquid Fusion. It's very nice. It's toxic free, and it seeps into the hair like this. You can use your little rotation on the Regal. This is not a rotation in the Regal, but you can rotate the wise head after all. Some little bit not inline rotation, but that's not important. The important is that you have to reinforce this little body like this. You will also, with this procedure, seal off this hair and make the air stick inside, make the air stick inside the hair. Well, now you make a wing. You make a wing. You can make either of stiffer deer hair or the same. I use the same here. You take off a little bundle, snip off like this. Now I don't want to stack this here. It's not important because, well, I forgot. I have to take underwing. I have to take underwing. I make an underwing of this flash. I take off some strands. Sorry about that, folks. But sometimes I get so excited that I forget things. Maybe it's the age. Maybe it's the age, guys. Well, this is a little too much because I'm gonna double it over the thread like this. And as you see, I take now and take it around the thread and double it over like this. And this way it's much more easy to just place it right on top of the hook like that, and you cut off like this. You have a little nice underwing. Now I'm gonna take this deer hair and make a real wing of it. Sorry about that. The fall is coming down. Maybe I get a little bit cold. It's not any COVID or something. Thank God of that. And I have to stack this a little now. I do that because I like making those sounds. See, now I have this wing here. Now what I'm gonna do with this is, first of all, I'm gonna put the thread right down the hook eye, because I'm gonna place it like this, make the wing sticks just the same length as the back body, and I take my 2 fingers, make a wrap around this bundle and tighten up, and make the wrappings go back a bit like this. You see now? And for the ease of it now, I try to take, by the way, like this. I take this bundle here and cut off to make a little head of the fly. You see now where I'm getting at? Now, now I want to make some rubber legs on this. And I take a long piece of rubber legs and snip off this. Oh, voice too long. So snip it off again, like that. The way I touch this, I take it, place it on the top. Make sure that you don't tie down too much here, and some wrappings on the top there. Don't too hard at once. And you can take one piece and drag it to the side, and the other piece to the other side. Wow, now we got 4 legs. Look at that, folks. Like this. Okay. Now I want to cover over this with some dubbing. I got this dubbing. This is not important what kind of dubbing it is, but there is some reddish and some brownish. It looks nice on this fly. take some dubbing out and dub it on to the thread. And use your nice touch, just make a little thorax on this fly. Thoraxes. Like this. And now you take either a whip finish tool or a whip finish by hand. That's free of choice. I use by hand because I'm used to that. 3 or 4 rounds, and you take a scissor just to control the knot like this. And now you can snip off this, and you can either leave it as it is or lacquer the knot. You can see if this knot have been clogged up. Let's test it on my garbage bag. Well, just put some drops on the knot there. It's not going to unravel, and be sure to place this on so it will not dry for me. Now you see this rubber legs is way bit too long. The way I'm going to cut this is I just collect one pair and snip off both of the same time. Now we have got the same length, and I do that the same with the back. Snip it off, and you can of course adjust the way it sits on the fly. There you have it, folks. This is all deer hair caddis fly. It works like a charm, it floats like a dream, it fishes like a king. Go out and tie some. I'm gonna assure you that this fly will catch some fish. Okay? Be sure and thank you for watching my video, and I thank you all for following my all my followers on the YouTube channel, and I will try to post some more videos soon. Thank you all, and bye bye.